Welcome, everybody, to the Jordy Mac Show, brought to you by MaxLawns.com for all your lawn maintenance and snow removal needs. Check out MaxLawns.com. There's snow on the ground in Strathcona County. I don't know about Edmonton. I haven't even been there yet since it snowed. Right, Chauncey?
Right.
It's finally sticking. We'll just say that. I even had to do a little bit of snow for Max Lawn Service. Just give back to the community, let's say. Okay, let's get into this episode. We started off the last two episodes talking about Connor McDavid, or the last one, the other one, we started talking about the bloodline. Let's start it off again. Connor McDavid, 1,000 NHL points. What's your thoughts on that, Johnsy?
I mean, it was inevitable. The guy's a generational talent. He came in. Leon Draisaitl hit it on the head by saying that it's not greatness, it's legendary. Could this guy go for 2,000 points? Who knows? Me personally, I honestly don't think that he'll be able to keep up the pace of 150 points a season for the next 10 seasons or whatever, or 8 seasons, 7 seasons. It's going to be hard, but if he does, good for him, man. This guy's crazy. Greatest player in this generation that I can see. But yeah, watching guys like Gretzky and Lemieux and Yager and moving into the 90s, you got Mike Modano and Brett Hull and stuff. Man, I saw them play, but I've never seen anybody quite like Connor McDavid. And what he does night in, night out is quite simply remarkable. So congrats to Connor and getting his 1,000 points. And, let's see what the future holds for this guy.
Yeah, it was inevitable that he was going to hit it. But in 659 games, that's insane. If I'm correct, he's the fourth youngest and the fourth fastest, and he's the 99th player to hit 1,000 points.
Correct.
I did a little Instagram reel on it. I don't know if you saw it. It got views, man. It got views. Speaking of Oilers, and still, the Jordy Mac Show predictions champion. So we were both wrong on our predictions, and with our rule that kind of like a WWE draw, if we're both wrong, it doesn't get vacated, it actually stays with the current champ. He thought it was going to be 3-2 in overtime. I thought it was going to be 4-2 on an empty netter. It was actually 4-3 in overtime.
You should tell the people what game we're referencing. That way they know, because
Islanders Oilers.
Because there's been a lot of overtime games lately.
Oh, I'm pissed about that one from last night.
We'll get into that.
All I'll say is just screw you, Ryan Reeves. Okay. Let's talk on something that's not a normal subject for us, but the Paul Tyson fight.
Well, we talked about it last week. Everybody thought that Mike Tyson was going to absolutely destroy this guy. I strongly believe this match was a complete fix, for the simple fact that if you saw the training videos of Mike Tyson, that was not the same guy that was in the ring against Jake Paul. Mike Tyson, I have a feeling Mike Tyson was biting his glove. I know there was a lot of reference to that. I have a feeling Mike Tyson was biting his glove because he was holding back. This guy's an animal. He's an absolute animal. And for him to get in, 18 punches throughout the entire match, that's not Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson went in there clearly for a paycheck and to make Jake Paul look like a stud. But does he really look like a stud? Because Mike Tyson barely threw any punches. All he did was just kind of hang out, and Jake Paul popped him a few times. Mike Tyson, popped him a few times. But yeah, that match was garbage. It was absolute good. It was a fix. And shame on me for thinking that it was going to be anything other than the spectacle it was. That being said, the undercard, man, now those were awesome matches. That's real boxing. That Ramos guy, man, that guy's awesome.
Taylor versus Serrano, oh my God.
What do you mean?
Taylor versus Toronto was match of the night.
Absolutely. But what do you mean,
1000%.
oh my God?
Like, it was amazing.
Oh, it was amazing. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, it was, man.
Stellar.
Um,
I will say, though, that there was a big controversy with Taylor winning and not Toronto.
I agree. I agree. She had points deducted for the headbutt, but still won.
Because, well, look at this. Even Mauro Ronaldo, former WWE commentator, he said on commentary that there's always been controversy around her wins as champion.
Mm-hmm.
So it's weird to think that there's controversy with that again.
It's not weird. Are we talking about it today?
Yeah, fair.
Right? Controversy sells tickets and puts butts in seats, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's get to something that
I will say this about Tyson.
Oh, sorry. I didn't know you were. I thought you were done.
No, you're good.
Okay.
In the post match, Ariel Harwani asked him. We saw the biting of the glove. Blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
He said, "I have a biting fixation," and the whole crowd burst out laughing.
Of
That's
course.
like, what are you asking? It's known.
Yeah.
He bit Holyfield's ear off. Of course, he's gonna try not to bite somebody's ear off again.
Yeah.
Like, are you guys crazy?
Yeah, but you know what? I know Mauro Ronaldo kept saying that he's done that throughout his career, but I've watched Tyson, man, since the early 90s, and that's the first time I've ever seen it to that magnitude. Maybe once or twice. But he made it known that he was like biting his gloves. So I don't know. My opinion is, and this is my opinion, take it for what it is, I feel like he was holding back. And clearly he was.
Yeah.
Now, can we move forward?
Hell yeah.
Okay, Darnell Nurse. Man.
Screw you, Ryan Reeves.
There's a lot of people out there that are mad at Ryan Reeves. There's a lot of people out there that are taking shots at Darnell Nurse for having his head down. Is it unfortunate? Absolutely. Does this garbage belong in the game? No, not at all. Is it a hockey play? In the 90s, it was. In the 90s, if you had your head down, look at Paul Correa.
Yeah.
Look at Eric Lindros.
On the board.
Right? Like, this type of hit does not belong in the game. Guys like Ryan Reeves, to some extent, Jacob Trouba. There was another dangerous hit with Neil Pionk. They were down 5-0. He low-bridged a guy. I can't recall the number 70 on Florida.
Noel Achari, I think.
Sure, yeah. He got cranked in the knee. Did you just say Neil Pionk is not a dirty player?
Not as much as Ryan Reeves and Jacob Trouba.
He's in the conversation.
Not in my opinion.
Really?
Yeah.
I want you to watch the next 3 Winnipeg games and watch how he plays.
Okay.
He's greasy as hell. And this is why I would love to see Neil Pionk on the Oilers.
Oh, no. I didn't say... He's not dirty. He can be greasy, whatever.
But not dirty and greasy in my book, same thing. Dirty, so let's get into it. What's the difference?
Dirty is flying hits.
Okay.
Like what Reeves did.
And that wasn't flying.
Like charging a dude.
He didn't charge him.
Dirty is coming from the blue line all the way to the back of the boards and just cranking.
He didn't come from the blue line. He came from the hash marks.
I know. I'm not.
But he targeted Nurse as he was coming. Yeah, he knew.
Targeting a guy, that's also dirty. Flying elbows, that's also dirty.
So Neil Pionk didn't target number 70 on Florida?
I didn't see this hit.
Oh, go back and watch it.
You'll
change your mind.
I saw Trouba's flying elbow. And I saw the Reeves hit.
Mm-hmm. Go back and watch that Neil Pionk.
Okay.
You'll change your mind.
Okay.
I promise you.
We'll get back to you next episode about that.
Yeah. Neil Pionk is just as dirty.
Mm-hmm.
But he doesn't get caught as much.
Yeah.
Right? And that's the key.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Look at Brad Marchand. Here's the question. Is Brad Marchand dirty or greasy?
Greasy.
He's not dirty?
Not anymore as much.
Yeah, okay. I'll give you that.
He used to be
I'll give you that.
Kind of dirty, but he's the captain now. He can't really do that.
He can do whatever the hell he wants. Isn't
Fair.
Jacob Trouba the captain of New York Rangers?
Shouldn't be, but
Why should he not be?
flying elbows.
Okay,
to
so
the head.
here's let's get into it then. So Jacob Trouba shouldn't be the captain because of what?
He's targeting people and throwing flying elbows at them.
So what?
Flying elbows.
Well, the New York Rangers
You're
disagree.
not Mark Messier, buddy.
But
like this isn't the 90s.
Okay.
Head injuries are a true thing.
So my question is, what's your idea of a prototypical NHL captain?
A good leader, not a dirty player.
Why?
He can lead by example.
Okay, but what if the management wants the New York Rangers to play a rugged and tough style?
But that's not what their team is. They got a Temi Panera, Mika Zibanejad, all these other guys, Adam Fox. They're not running players. They play a fast game.
I implore you to sit down and watch the Amazon Prime face-off. I implore you to watch it because they show a side of Jacob Trouba that you'd be shocked. The guy's a painter. Yeah, see? He's a painter.
A painter?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was blown away. And it made me look at him in a different light. See, and that's the thing, right? Mm-hmm. There's a lot of people out there that are completely different off the ice than they are on the ice. They turn into a whole different animal.
At the same time, though, your captain should be a guy that can lead by example on the ice.
Okay. So
Connor McDavid is a good guy.
Yeah, but okay, let's go to Kelly Buchberger. I don't know if you've ever watched any of his I don't know if you've ever watched any of his games, but Kelly Buchberger, if his team was down, you know what he would do? He would go find someone and beat the shit out of them.
Yeah, but that was also a different time.
Don't matter. It's still everybody's idea of a captain now is Nathan McKinnon. Somebody that's going to beat the brakes off somebody on the scoreboard. But I disagree. Right? And again, that's just my opinion. Who is the captain of the LA Kings?
Anze Kopitar.
Okay. If Anze Kopitar, right,
plays good defense, good offense, and he's a little bit greasy here and there.
Mm-hmm. But if you think about it, if you look at all the captains in the NHL, a lot of them are the same type of guy. Crosby, McDavid, Quinn Hughes,
Ovechkin.
Wow, Ovechkin will still smack you around if he has to.
That's the type of captain that I like.
Yep.
Ovechkin. Because, I feel like Draisaitl would be a good captain for the Oilers. He'll smack you around if he needs to, but
he doesn't lead by example because he's lazy sometimes.
Yeah.
Right? Tell me I'm wrong.
Fair. No, I mean that type.
Okay.
A Draisaitl type would be a good captain. Like a Nugent Hopkins.
Yeah. Okay.
I feel like before McDavid.
So your idea is a soft.
No.
Nuge is soft. I don't care what anyone says.
Zach Hyman. Screw it. Zach Hyman should be the captain of the Oilers.
Okay. I'll give you that. I would like Zach Hyman as
he's rough and tough, but he's also like a 50-goal scorer.
He's also greasy as hell.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. So now here's the next question. Name 3 players that you would love to see on your hockey team that you absolutely hate.
On the Oilers?
Yeah.
Matthew Tkachuk?
Yeah.
1,000%. We almost actually had him.
Now my question is he captain material?
Assistant captain material.
But why can't he be the captain?
Actually,
no, but why?
We already have...
Who's the captain in Ottawa?
Brady Tkachuk.
Right. Same player.
Brady's are different.
Brady's less skilled.
Yeah, but he's a better person.
You think he is?
I've watched countless interviews, and Matthew Tkachuk is you know how that stereotypical star player kind of acts? Where he's
I implore you to watch that Amazon Prime.
I've watched Matthew Tkachuk interviews. He's
go watch.
He's kind of rude sometimes.
So what? Just because you're rude doesn't mean that you're a bad person.
I guess, but
right?
He's
we could get into a whole other ball of wax, and we're not going to about.
Okay, so let's go back to the question: who would we want to see that we hate on the Oilers?
Yeah, I'll see, and it's funny because the people that everybody hates, I love. Guys like Drew Doughty, everybody hates that guy because he's hard to play against, and I would love to see him on the Oilers.
They just hate him because, like, Oilers fans especially, because
he's hard to play against,
but also like dirty hits in the playoffs.
So what?
Yeah, fair. One I am gonna say.
Think about this: dirty hits in the playoffs. Are they actually dirty, or is it okay? But
well, to playoff extent, it's not.
Do you
dirty
think that maybe if the Oilers had a player like that on their team last year, do you think that maybe they would have won?
If it was a player like that on forward, no. If it was a player like that on defense, probably, yeah.
Why though? Why defense?
We need defense.
Who's we?
The Oilers need defense.
So, okay. But last year, their defense got them to Game 7 of Stanley Cup Finals, so obviously the defense was good enough.
Clearly wasn't enough.
But why?
Well, they didn't win the Cup.
What was the final score of Game 7?
Wasn't it 2-1?
Yeah, so tell me where they need defense.
On those 2 goals?
Clearly they needed offense.
On those 2 goals they needed defense.
What was the final score of Game 6?
Wasn't it like 7?
It was a complete blowout for the Oilers.
Because it was all offense.
But that's what I mean. Tell me they need defense. They don't, because they got a shutout, didn't they?
No, 7-3.
Oh, there you go. So they only let in 3. All I'm saying is 6 in one, half a dozen in the other, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so when you have when it really comes down to it, I think. Do you remember when Evander Kane, that one lady in LA gave him the double bird?
Yeah.
If we had that Evander Kane in the Stanley Cup Finals, I think that they would have won the cup.
Oh, 1,000%.
But he's a forward. So let's circle back.
He's already a current forward.
Yeah.
We don't need more forwards.
We
need more defense.
But the Oilers don't have him right now.
It doesn't matter about right now. Right now it doesn't matter. We're talking about the Stanley Cup Finals. Here.
No, the original question was, what 3 players would you love to see in the Oilers that you hate? Everybody hates Evander Kane, except the Oilers fans. But before he came to the Oilers, they absolutely hated him.
I liked him. I loved him, man.
Okay.
And especially as an NHL franchise player, he was always available in free agency for that year.
There's a reason.
85 overall, it's an easy pickup. You automatically pick him up at like league min, and then just go to the Cup final.
I'm gonna tell you, these are the 3 players that I would love to see on the Oilers. Obviously, it'll never happen, but again, I'll agree with you on Matthew Tkachuk. The other guy, Tom Wilson. Okay?
Yeah, I agree.
And then the last guy, Jacob Trouba.
No.
Jacob Trouba on a third pairing D? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, but $8 million for a third pairing? Hell no.
Hey, you trade for him and get him to retain salary. No big deal. I'm not worried.
It's still going to be $5 million.
So what? I never worry about the price. Right? Especially if you're getting a rental. I would love Jacob Trouba on the Oilers, man. That guy, Ryan Reeves, certainly would not have taken that liberty if they had Jacob Trouba, and I'm going to tell you why. Because Jacob Trouba would have went right after one of their superstars, or even Morgan Riley.
That's what Evander Kane would have done too, if he was in the lineup.
Probably.
I would have loved to see if we had Evander Kane.
Right.
On the way against last night, because man, Ryan Reeves would have been a dead man.
Yeah.
And they've had history before too.
Oh yeah.
So it's like right there.
So what's going on in WWE world? Tell me a story.
The Bloodline.
Bloodline? Okay.
Is getting destroyed right now. New Bloodline has their 5th member for War Games. Do you know who it is, Chauncey?
Is he from New Zealand?
Yes, he is. Big Bronson Reed
Bronson Reed.
is the.
He looks Samoan, though.
Yeah, I think he has a little bit of Samoan in him.
Could.
Yeah.
It's a big boy.
Hell yeah.
So does that drag Seth Rollins into the?
1,000%.
You think so? 1,000%? How about
1,000%.
2,000%?
Billion %.
Okay. So it's inevitable. It's certain.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And then I think it was announced there's going to be a match. It's going to be Rollins versus Reed on Raw.
Okay.
So, yeah. So hopefully we see how that goes.
You also told me a rumor about somebody might be coming out of retirement, and when you told me that, I was super excited because, man, I used to love this guy.
What was this?
He used to come out and he'd say, "I'm afraid I've got some bad news."
Yeah. Okay. So there's been a rumor going around. I think it's off like Cultaholic or something. Thanks, boys. I broke your world record, by the way. Yeah, I saw from them. It says that Wade Barrett might be coming out of in-ring retirement to feud with Drew McIntyre, and this will only be like temporary, but.
Now, do we think that the reason why this is happening is because there's been rumors about the UK really wanting WrestleMania in?
Oh yeah, 1,000%.
So, do you think that they're going to start loading up on stars from the UK?
Man, if we could have got Will Ospreay when we could have.
Well, what's that phrase in WWE? Never say never?
Yeah, but AEW right now, it's not looking good.
When's WrestleMania?
April.
Okay. But it's already announced where it is, right?
Las Vegas, yes.
Yeah. But the next one?
Not announced yet.
Right.
Probably gonna be. Actually, they did drop out of the running from London a little bit.
Maybe.
No,
we'll
they
see.
did because Super Bowl's trying to put in a bid to go there.
I see.
So they're like, we're not going to do 2 events in 1 year at the same stadium.
I don't know if you saw this yet, but this morning I was reading online. I can't really state the source because I can't remember, but WWE is sweating and very worried due to the fact that Netflix had those live streaming issues with the Jake Paul and Tyson fight. And so WWE, as everybody knows, is switching to Netflix in January. And obviously they're going to be offering live, especially their premium live events. And I guarantee there was probably as many fans around the world watching these premium live events like SummerSlam and WrestleMania that we just spoke about.
But watching the whole show, not just the final fight.
But regardless.
Of course.
Is Netflix, can they handle the demand? Or did they do this so that they could prepare?
I think that they did this so they could prepare and be like, okay, this is the problems we have, now let's fix it. Because Netflix is a good company. They're also doing the Super Bowl, or not Super Bowl, they're doing
Christmas Day.
Yeah, Christmas Day, 2 Christmas Day games. That's also going to be, I think, this is the test to be like, okay, what do we have to fix?
Christmas Day NFL, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And then Paul Tyson was like, okay, this is what we have to do to get all the stuff right. Then, this Christmas Day game will be like, okay, now let's test everything that we fixed.
Yeah.
And if it all worked, go to Raw. If it didn't, like, try one other live stream or something. But, yeah.
All right.
I think that will be, like, the test, calm right before the storm. Right there. So,
what's on the agenda for this week?
Well, a few Oilers games this week. I'm beating you I think I'm about to beat you in fantasy.
Let's find out. Hold up. I'll pull it up. Let's see. Drum roll, please. And, you got me by 55 points. However, you have 4 games left. I have 7. So we shall see. Time will tell. Today is the day. That was a good episode.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.